Hello, welcome to my channel Crazy Kanji. In this video, let us learn about some multi-stroke radicals and the stories for them. The first radical of today's video is the sun radical. Usually when we draw a sun, we put a circle and we put lines outside the circle representing the sunlight, the rays of the sun. Those lines are put inside in this radical, making this radical a sun radical. The next radical is the moon radical. We all know the moon has no light on its own. It just reflects the light from the sun. Here the moon radical looks the same as the sun radical, but a small extension at the bottom, representing that the moon reflects the sunlight. The third radical is a double moon. See, it looks like the moon, but two moons attached together. So it is a double moon. The first radical of this slide looks like the English letter E, the capital E. The second radical represents feathers of some bird. The third radical is the radical that represents number 5. On looking it also, it looks like the number 5. The first radical of this slide looks like a grave. There is a cross and some stones are there. It looks like a grave. The second radical is a hand radical. So the lines there represent the fingers in the hands and it is a hand radical. The last radical in this slide is a heart radical. It looks like a heart. Look at the first radical of this slide. What do you infer? Can you see a man radical in it? Yes, there is a man radical stretching his arms. In addition to that, you have one more line over the head of the man radical. We can assume that this line is the light behind the head of an enlightened person. This radical represents heaven. An enlightened person lives in a heaven. The second radical looks like a crow sitting on an antenna. The third radical is a fire radical. See, you have a man radical in it and he is running because he is surrounded by fire. With this we come to the end of today's lesson. Subscribe to my channel to view more lessons on Kanji. Sayonara, goodbye.